goal is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom here in this hemisphere, and we hope around the world.
I have a dream.
Well, that's where we start when I go into politics.
Continue to be held as hostages in an attempt to force unacceptable demands on our country.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Is increasing inequality and deep divisions among our own people.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack.
Congress has failed to pass federal hate crimes legislation that protects LGBT Americans from senseless violence.
So let us summon a new spirit of patriotism, of responsibility, where each of us resolves to pitch in and work harder and look after not only ourselves but each other.
Broadcasting live from the Msc Radio Network in a city built on steel, rock and roll, and is the fictitious home of Betty White. This is Joust It Out, and I'm your host, G. It is November 21st, the eve of Thanksgiving, and I will not be with you. I'll be stuffing a turkey. But Judith Pindell, along with celebrity guest host Stevie Reese Desmond and our guest, Tony Simmons, will all be talking about great issues tonight. Take it away, ladies.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello, Joust It Out there.
Joust It Out world, good evening. So here we are. It's just us chickens in the studio tonight.
Chickens?
Just us ladies. And of course, we've got Chris, the producer, behind the magic curtain. And we're hoping that our guest, Tony, makes it. Hopefully she's en route. Who knows what's going on with Thanksgiving traffic.
Oh, it's lousy out there. I thought I was going to have to pull somebody over, honey. I was just like, you don't cut Mama off, honey.
I could see your hair flying back, just like trucking down the highway to get here.
I was pimping it,
in the
honey.
parking lot. So we weren't here last week, we were thinking, it's after a huge, exhausting but exhilarating election season, thinking, we might have some downtime. We were wrong. There's been a lot of things going on. And I think one of the things that I, wanted to mention that people who have not taken any time off, our very own Ohio legislature, without skipping a beat, right back at the State House to continue their war on women. So I don't know, Stevie, if you heard about this, but it's been all over the news. The legislature comes back, the Ohio House Health Committee, as if they weren't around last week or, weren't paying attention to what was going on around the election, decided to continue their hearings on defunding Planned Parenthood here in Ohio.
Really?
Right?
Really?
You would think after everything that happened during the course of the election season that they would have gotten a clue. Every one of those rape apologists from the GOP lost their races, right? Astoundingly. And So I don't know what is going on in the minds of these legislators. Like, let's just get back to work right where we left off, as if nothing happened. So here in the state of Ohio, they it passed out of the health committee last week to defund Planned Parenthood. Essentially, that's what this bill would do. It's, about reallocating family planning dollars to government healthcare centers, where the funding used to be more of like a competitive grant, and Planned Parenthood would receive that money because they are the ones who do the work. They are trusted. That's where women, men, that's where families are going for their family planning. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's strictly ideological, So I don't even know what to say.
Well, let's face it. A lot of the Republicans are also, they're still placing the blame on why they lost the election.
Oh, it's a
so-
tailspin. I know it is, isn't it ridiculous? They're
Haley's
still trying to figure out what happened.
Haley's Comet could have come flying by, and it was Haley Comet's fault that they lost the election. Really? It's because you guys are not in clue with the American people.
Exactly.
Bottom line.
Clearly. And you can see, okay, I know that Ohio, our job numbers are a little bit better than the rest of the country, but we still have people with no jobs. That's not our priority.
Hello.
Yeah. So, anyway, it sounds like our guest might be here.
I heard the foghorn
I heard the foghorn.
The thonghorn?
Yeah, the thonghorn. I don't know. You know, it's the night before a huge holiday. My brain is already on vacation.
Oh, Miss Thing, you should have seen me at Giant Eagle today. Girl, I was like...
Grabbing the cranberry sauce.
Oh, no, I make my own cranberry sauce.
Oh.
I can't do the stuff out of the can. Girl,
You're so good. I just eat the Thanksgiving dinner. I don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I did want to go back to really quickly before our guest comes in here and just kind of I just have to read this. I don't know, in case you haven't noticed, like this just really just pisses me off, this whole legislature. Can I just tell you what the chair of the health committee said? So the chair, Lynn Watchman, Senator Lynn Watchman, who is a male, despite the name. So he's saying there are Democrats who call us anti-women. They, according to us, are abhorrent, crazy people intent on killing every baby they can. So that's kind of, yeah. So we're baby killers. Just no. All right.
What is, for a bunch of heterosexual guys, why do they have such a war on vaginas?
I don't know. I heard you have a theory.
Well, should that be our segue into our next topic? General Petraeus?
We know who's going to have an awkward Thanksgiving dinner this year. Holly and David. Mm-hmm. It'll be a little uncomfortable and awkward, I'm sure. And I believe it was around this time, according to the news that I've read, it was around this time last year that the affair started. So, it comes full circle.
Well, and
it's like happy anniversary.
The thing that is driving me really, really crazy about this is it's really none of our business. It is really just between him and his wife.
I agree. And I think it's I'm trying to do two things at once and like trying to figure out, let's bring her on, let's just bring her in. We love Tony.
We're a very relaxed crowd here.
We're flexible in more ways than one. We can do this. But I feel like I'm a train wreck tonight. I am such a mess.
No, you're not. But seriously, I mean,
well, it's embarrassing because the thing that really, I think the whole thing about this is it sounds like a high school. Like, are we back in high school?
Hello.
Right. Like, what's that trick's name? The socialite. I have her name here. Jill Kelly. Jill Kelly was the one that said. I mean, now. Broadwell shouldn't have been sending those emails, first of all. But Jill Kelly was the one that took it to the FBI and was making a big stink about it. Like, oh my God, this is huge. We need to press on this. They proved that there was no security breach. It was not a threat to our national security. Let the guy have an affair. It's none of our business. Let Holly and David figure it out themselves. Look who's here.
Hey, girl.
Tony, sit down. Get your little headphones on. I don't know, Stevie, if you can help her with the headphones and turn them on. We're technologically advanced here. Can you hear us?
Yes. I'm sorry I'm late.
No, that's okay. We were just saying the Thanksgiving traffic, I'm telling you. Plus, this is the first time that you're at the studio.
Yes.
So welcome. I am so happy and excited to have just us ladies in the studio tonight.
You look fabulous, Stevie.
Thank you,
she
baby.
Always does. Puts me to shame.
Hi.
How you doing, girl?
Oh, all right, I'm good.
Are y'all set? We're just talking about General Petraeus and what's going on with all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And here's my partaking on this thing. What goes on between a man and a woman, or two men, or two women,
spouses,
partners, or whatever.
Right.
Whenever there's like, that extra marital affair or something, that is just between them.
Right.
I do not understand these people where everybody has to jump in, especially in government issues.
Well, because they wanted to try to show that there was some kind of security breach. Like they really wanted this to be a scandal, and I'm sure they really wanted this to break before the election. And then of course, Congress is getting all upset because they felt like they should have known about this, and they should have known about the resignation all ahead of time. Whatever, well, I think that they've got nothing better to do, and they don't have things going on in their own bedroom. So
and that's
got to live vicariously through others.
That's why they can't focus on America, because they're not getting laid.
I think you're right. They are sexually frustrated. Let's hear your take on this.
I think that, if it was wrong or if it was right, we all make bad mistakes. And whether it was wrong or it was right, it was still a mistake. And it takes two.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. To do what happened. So we can't really, you can't really blame him, or you can't really blame her. So you should be blaming both of them. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes two to have an affair.
Right.
And not even just making excuses for it, but let's face it, the man has been doing his job.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He has been doing his job very successfully.
Absolutely. I agree. Yes.
And I'm not condoning what he did, but he's been put all the way out there from his country, from his family, and was probably feeling lonely. And next thing you know, here comes this hot little chick.
Military relationships, holding together a family or a relationship while someone is in the military is very difficult. I can tell you from personal experience, my dad was in the military, was in the Army for 25 years. When my dad was overseas, or anytime he was off with the Army, my mom was essentially a single mother during those times, So, it's hard. It's really hard. My sister and her late husband, it's just anybody who has someone in the military understands that it's really difficult. And again, not condoning any of that at all, but just to say, I agree with you that he was doing his job, he was doing it well, and we should just be able to all mind our own business. But here we are talking about it.
But I think,
and like I always say, he's not the first man to have an affair.
Right.
He won't be the last man to have an affair.
He sure won't.
And it goes across the board. Women do it. Men do it. Hello, wake up.
Right.
It's the way. It is the way of life. Life is life. And you can't really. Who gives us the right to judge a person? You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly, I was thinking
who
the
gives
same
us
thing.
That right?
Who are we to judge?
So everybody's entitled to a mistake. I don't know if man or woman or whatever gender or whatever people we're into. I don't know no one that hasn't done anything in their life that they can say that they ain't been embarrassed about.
Right. Made a mistake.
So,
we're all human.
Hey, you just have to pick up the pieces, saying that I'm just saying on things that I've done. I just had to pick up the pieces and go on and try to learn from that experience, and not to do it again.
And thankfully, it wasn't broadcast internationally.
Right.
Could you imagine, a mistake, a personal decision that you made that was a mistake, and then it, going out there and everybody talking about it like us.
Okay.
I can't. Oh my gosh, I just can't imagine. But
who knows? Mama might get drunk one night and run into Keanu Reeves, and oops, baby, I slipped on a banana peel and I fell in bed with him. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry, honey. I made a mistake.
Well, is he on the list? Is Keanu Reeves on your list?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, see, then it's okay.
But I've been happily married for 17 years to my husband.
Congratulations.
So. Love you, Daddy. Actually, in February, it'll be 18.
Oh, my goodness.
And I've been with my partner now. Love you, baby. I wish I could have called you and told you about this show that we were going on air, but I was a little late because I couldn't find the place, so forgive me. I've been with him. We're going on our 6th year actually together, but we've been around each other like 20 years, and we actually been together 6 years. So it's wonderful.
I think that's beautiful, and I think that kind of brings us a little bit into. I didn't want to spend too much time talking about all the politics stuff because we have so much to talk about today,
Okay.
and I think you two talking about the relationships that you have and the support that you have, and just thinking about yesterday was International Transgender Day of Remembrance, and I was just hoping that you two would be able to talk to us a little bit about that, what that means, kind of educate all of us around Transgender Day of Remembrance, and talking about your family and your support that you have. And I think some of you've been involved in some of the things that have happened over the course of the years, some of the remembrance activities and things. So
well, for those that don't know what Transgender Day of Remembrance is, it's remembering those that are no longer with us, that have been out there fighting the battle, living their lives and doing it, and came to some type of misfortune, because unfortunately there is a lot of violence against transgendered people. And not only just here in the United States, but I mean all over the world.
Especially when we look at some of those countries that will not only send you to prison, but it will sentence you to death.
Oh,
Simply for being gay, or just being perceived as being gay, or being perceived as being transgender.
Definitely. I mean, and right now, and shock, not trying to go off the subject, but just a little bit, just to talk about Uganda.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's the
right.
kill the gay bill. And those people are going to be put in prison and sentenced to death. And
Yes, somebody was talking about that on the last show that I did. I did another one of these segments about a week ago, and the guy was talking about Uganda. He was talking about they had a bill that if you were transgender or something, they was putting you in jail or cutting your head off or something like that. I actually couldn't believe that, because personally, my take on it is, I've been transgender most of my life, and I've never had no problems with my family accepting me as transgender. My problems came with society. You know what I'm saying? I never ran from them. I always dealt with them. I was just telling my girlfriend today, that if I was to take all my clothes off, she would see all the battle wounds on my body that I had to go, stuff that I had to go through by dealing with violence and I was a street girl. I did do the streets, I thank God, today that my mind is where it is today than it was back then. My mother, she tried to instill in me, well, you living the life this way and people don't accept you, really is not really going to accept you for living the life this way. So you're going to have to deal with it. I didn't really actually understand what my mother was saying, but as I grew, I learned to realize that if I don't care about me, I don't care what society thinks. I care about me. So what society thinks in a whole, it really doesn't make no difference to me. I keep my trust and put my faith in God, and that's why I give all my praise to where I'm at every day, and that's the task force. I love you guys.
The AIDS Task Force of Greater Cleveland.
Right, the AIDS Task Force of Greater Cleveland. I'm there every day. I'm helping. I'm around people.
Helping? You pretty much run. You run that place.
I'm there because I love what I do, and I love you guys. You guys are my family. All the opportunities that you guys have given me have made me a better person, because I done had some days, Stevie, where I really just would say, I'm going back out there. I can't deal with it. I'm going to go back out there. But there's another side of me. There's another little voice in my head that tells me, the repercussions, Tony. If you decide to make that move again, you already know, what the repercussions going to be. And for me, being African American, one, and transgender, two, there's a lot of issues that goes on with both of those factors in being transgender. I don't condone nothing nobody else does, because what people do, I let them do them. You know what I'm saying? But when it reflects on or when it infringes on my behalf, that's when, or somebody that I care and I love, that's when I have a problem with it. It's sad that the world is like it is, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to change that. We as
overnight.
Right, overnight.
Well, and I think that, you know, like transgender, you know, this Transgender Day of Remembrance is really, you know,
it's a place to educate.
Exactly. It's education, it's awareness. I mean, to really think, you know, for folks who may not know someone who's transgender, or they don't know that they know someone who's transgender, you know, to really help them understand the violence. You know, you talk about, you know, that society is you know, who has a problem with you, not your family, not yourself, not your friends, but it's society. But it's also society that they're not, you know, maybe they're not, you know, here in the United States necessarily condoning the violence, but they're letting it happen, you know. And so, I mean, it's huge. The violence against that group of people is horrendous.
And I think there should be more laws to protect
transgender absolutely.
or transgender people. My thing is, this is what I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to start a group or get an organization together to help my fellow African American transgenders or Latino or Caucasian transgenders that are going or have had the same issues or been through the same issues as myself, to try to fight the legislation so we can get some legislation. I know if they can give legislation to everybody else, transgenders deserve legislation too.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, and also to educate people and also to change that image. You know, one of the things that always used to drive me crazy, and God bless, you know, my mother that taught me, you know, the art of female illusion. Who, of course, was transgendered and very famous in the city, was Mona Desmond.
Right. Okay.
I mean, beautiful woman, sang live, you know, and I saw a lot of her struggles and a lot of the things that she went through being transgendered. You know, people that love to come out and whisper secrets on you, you know.
Outing people
when, you know, something like that is, you know, you have to introduce it to someone and sit down and have the conversation with them.
It's so dangerous, you know, for people to think that they can just out someone in general public or whatever, you know, and not stop and think about the repercussions.
Right. And people don't, you know what, Stevie and Judith, people don't really take that recollection. They don't care. You know, it's like, well, so what? You know, but see, people have to remember that everybody got feelings. Regardless if you're transgender, heterosexual, or what, you still have feelings. You know what I'm saying? And throughout my life, you know, a lot of my struggles have been me personally making bad choices that I've made. You know
and I think and I wonder, you know, without having to get too personal into your life, but you know, and I know you're open to talking about this, but you know, some of the situations just because of society leading you in a path where you sometimes didn't have too many choices, and the choices that you did have led you to be on the street or, you know, some of those paths that you took because unfortunately, like you said, you know, the laws don't protect transgender individuals. Society isn't always open and accepting.
Right.
And, you know, so I think that I really feel that our society has a lot
to do with it. I mean, one of the biggest challenges for transgender people is finding work. just finding a good,
a
nice,
livelihood, just to
decent
be,
job.
yes.
You know, it's not that you're coming in and you're bringing your business in. You're just there to
do what everybody else do.
All right, I'll ring the register, baby. I'll put some price tags on the cans, and just give me my bill so I can pay my rent.
There you go.
That's all it is.
That's right. There you go.
You know, and so with Transgender Day of Remembrance, we're looking at all the people, that had all the violence that was done against them.
Right.
I remember growing up. My Aunt B, God rest her soul. How you doing, Aunt B? Told me a story of a girl who was transgendered, who they killed her and hung her from a telephone pole. So the violence, and that happened here in Cleveland.
Oh my gosh.
And that happened a few years, long time back. I was just a kid then, but it's real. It happens.
And it happens anywhere and everywhere. It doesn't just happen in the backwoods of some southern state or over in some other country. It happens everywhere.
Who was the famous one from Las Vegas? She got stabbed. Jonna Steele.
Jonna Steele, yeah.
Yeah, okay. She was attacked, So we see it here, and it's even worse over in the other foreign countries.
Well, and then, I think another thing is, again, going back to just kind of situations that individuals are put in because they're so oppressed, we think about how high domestic violence is within the transgender community too, and so people who are supposed to be there to support you and be in that relationship, and there's a lot of domestic violence that happens, and a lot of individuals who feel like they can't leave because maybe that's the only person they feel that they have, or for whatever reasons. There are so many reasons why people don't leave their abusers, but it's devastating to see the high rates of domestic violence in among transgender individuals too.
Oh yeah. I knew a girlfriend from Cincinnati, and she was dating this gentleman. And I went down to just go visit her, and I was like, "Girl, where'd you get all them bruises from?" "Oh, girl, I fell." And I was like, "Oh, okay, girl. Okay, girl." And then the next night I was staying there, and then I heard why she fell, because he pushed her down the stairs. But she had no place to go.
Right. Well, and that's another thing. I mean, you would think about it. The shelter system.
Yes.
Certainly not set up for transgender individuals, that's for sure. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, Tony, if you can talk a little bit about, some folks that or some experiences that you might know of, just right here in Cleveland with the shelter system.
I've known people, that's that topic that I just mentioned, legislation. That's why, that's important to me. I feel that transgenders have every right to have anything that anybody else has the right to have. They should have the right too. And it's a shame that they have shelters for everything else, but they don't have a decent shelter for young transgenders or transgenders, period, And back in my day,
yesterday.
Okay. I tell, young transgenders that I know, back in my day, you guys got it made because we didn't have certain places we could go and just be ourselves. We had to be ourselves when we could be ourselves, and a lot of people ask me all the time, "Well, Tony, have you ever wore men's clothes? Have you ever sort of just hid your transgenderality?" No, I never had that problem because whoever I came around or whoever I came in contact with, I've always let them know first and foremost, I'm transgender. That's just me off bat. I've had some work done, a little work. I ain't gonna go into all that, but
a lady's got to keep her secrets.
Right, she has to keep her secrets. But a lot of people knew me before, and a guy mentioned to me the other day he was down. He was at the agency, and he knows me from way back. He came up to me and he whispered in my ear. He said, Tony, you're looking a little different. I said, yeah. I mean, hey, how am I supposed to look? Almost 50 years old. How am I supposed to look?
You look fabulous.
Okay, how am I supposed to look? But Stevie, I just wish, sometime that there were more opportunities for transgenders that really wanted to do something with themselves. Because there's so many transgenders that want to do,
absolutely,
but there's no
but
opportunities for them, and that's where it stands, Judith.
Right. And it goes back to you're talking about legislation.
Right,
the Equal Housing and Employment bill that we've got that still has gone nowhere here in the state of Ohio. And something like that is exactly what you're talking about. It's something that we really need to push and work for and make sure, absolutely, that it includes transgender individuals in that.
Even if we have a group of transgenders to go sit in front of the legislation board.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Like we are sitting right there,
yep.
And let
How you doing?
how we feel, because it can be done,
Well, and it's all about telling. It's like they need to hear the stories. They need to hear that Tony and Stevie are regular people wanting to go to regular jobs.
Right.
Participating in society, giving back to the community, just like everyone else.
There you go.
And that's the thing, is like sometimes they just need it right in their face to say, look, I am a person, and
and like I said, it takes education and getting the message out. I know I was just telling you, I had to go to my uncle's funeral over the weekend, and then of course I had to go down into that little Bible Belt area of, and it's amazing when I listen to the people and they talk about certain things. They're so sheltered and they have this narrow focus. They have no idea what's going on outside of the parameter of what they've been
their
told.
little bubble that they've created for themselves.
So they have this image that, what they've been told from, their mother and their grandmother of supposedly, what gay people are and what transgendered people are and everything, which is the farthest thing from the truth.
Right.
So it's getting out there, getting that message out there. That's why Transgender Day of Remembrance is so important.
So important.
And it's so important, getting together and going to the legislation and saying, look, I'm just a good white Christian woman. I just want to take care of my house, pay my taxes, live my life.
That's what everybody else wants. It's like there's no difference between me and you.
Right.
That's exactly what it is, and that's what we need to show.
Until something is done, we're gonna keep having these transgender remembrance days.
Right.
We're going to keep having
the violence,
transgenders being killed.
Out of ignorance and hate and bigotry.
I know a few people, a few transgenders this year I know of personally that have lost their lives because they wanted to be themselves. And I think I thought, I don't really want to put them out here like that, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna fault the city of Cleveland, because it just don't make no sense. How can you judge a person? I mean, how can you judge a person when you call the police and they come and they find out that you're transgender, or they find out that you're a different, you're living a different lifestyle? How can you judge a person and don't want to do nothing for them? I feel that they have the same rights as everybody else. And that brings not
up,
fair.
You're right. That totally brings up, and we got to go into I hate to stop this conversation, but Tony, you bring up a really good point about the fact that, again, and Stevie keeps saying education, education, education. We need to make sure that our law enforcement is educated, that our healthcare professionals, the people in the ER are educated, so that when they do come across transgender individuals, especially after traumatic, violent attack or, domestic violence situation, that they know how to proceed in that situation and to, just to to be human towards
just basic human respect.
And with that, I think,
should we go to our break?
Yes, we got to go to a break. We're gonna go into this video. It'll take us into a break. We'll be back shortly.
While she's playing with the buttons. Stevie, you look good, darling. Up, here we go.
So we'll be back.
Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Peak 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. Are you tired of all the overhyped advertisements for energy drinks and energy supplements?
Maybe skydiving from a suborbital spacecraft or jumping a snowmobile over 80 buses is not in your agenda.
Maybe you just want to make it through the day effectively. Whether it's work, school, or raising a family, life's demands can be overwhelming. When you need that extra kick in the butt to help get you going, try Cocaine Energy. You'll not find a more effective energy supplement. Cocaine Energy has higher caffeine content per ounce than any other energy supplement on the market, and it's safe. Worried about the side effects of so much caffeine? We got you covered. Cocaine is scientifically formulated to mitigate against the side effects normally associated with large doses of caffeine, such as the jitters and heart palpitations. So what are you waiting for? Try cocaine today, because life doesn't wait. Cocaine is available at local retailers and online at www.drinkcocaine.com. That's drinkcocaine.com. Once again, that's drinkcocaine.com. This product does not contain the drug cocaine. Duh. This product is not intended to be an alternative to an illicit street drug. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Not recommended for children, pregnant women, or people sensitive to caffeine. user-friendly, and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
And we're back. Are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
Wow. So that was pretty intense, that last segment.
And now we have to go on to World AIDS Day.
Another intense discussion, but we've got. I feel like my mic isn't on. Am I on?
Yeah,
Hello,
I'm on.
am I here?
Chick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got World AIDS Day coming up. It's that time of year. So in a couple weeks, we know every year World AIDS Day, December 1st. Here in Cleveland, we've got our usual things going on, and we've got some more new exciting things happening. We're going to be doing our annual candlelight procession this year on November 30th in the evening. So, we encourage anyone in the area to come on out. We're going to be meeting at City Hall around 5:30, gathering there, having some dignitaries speak on the steps. We're going to do our beautiful candlelight vigil march to Tower City and then have a brief program there. We're really excited. We're going to have Senator Nina Turner speaking there. We've talked about her on this show. I have an activist crush on Senator Nina Turner. She's just been incredible, especially with some of the things I was talking about earlier when talking about some of the anti-women legislation, and she's just been an incredible fighter against some of those things. And we'll definitely talk more about that next week too, as we're coming up. And I was just, and then we'll talk about the Red Party in a minute. But I wanted to maybe ask Tony and you, Stevie, kind of, what the significance of World AIDS Day is for you personally.
Well, coming from the 80s and just losing so many people to that disease, it's going out there, remembering the ones that you've lost, fighting for the ones that you love. Unfortunately, I know I'm seeing young people that are still getting this disease. They're becoming very complacent. Now some people are thinking, oh, it's just like catching the flu. No. So, getting out there, still spreading the message that this song or this disease is still relevant. It's still deadly. And we still have to take measures to protect ourselves and to go out there and find health care and test yourself, be knowledgeable, know what's going on. Tony?
I can agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. Back in the 80s, I've lost a lot of friends too. I thank God for the knowledge that I got, and knowing, about the deadly disease, and I try to pass that knowledge along to a lot of other people that really are not educated. And see, that's what it boils down to. We need more education about it, because it's still stereotypes. They think you can sit on a toilet and catch it, or they think you can touch somebody and catch it.
And you would think in 2012 it would be different by now,
But it is what it is. But I'm grateful that we do have now that the diseases, as far as it is, we do have some type of legislation for it, and people are doing what they can, or the best that they can, to fight the programs and all the other organizations.
And again, just kind of what we were talking about with Transgender Awareness Day is the stigma. There's still so much stigma, and until we can get past that, it's always there, that's always going to be there.
And it breaks down to, once again, education, getting the message out there.
Education. That's it.
And then going to, and then after, the little function downtown.
Yes, the Red Party. Tell us all about the Red Party.
The first annual World AIDS Day Red Party at the Mean Bull.
Here in Cleveland.
Here in Cleveland, Ohio. I am so excited. A very dear someone I just love incredibly, a DJ Fierce Tease. He won Gay Days in Florida. Incredible DJ is going to be spinning at the Mean Bull. This man will make you get up and dance. Honey, you bring your dancing shoes, honey, because you're going to twirl, girl.
Okay.
And then we also have the fabulous, our very own DJ ourselves from Cleveland, Miss Carly Mesnick.
Yes.
Love her.
I hope I can get her on the show next week. I wonder if I could get her.
We should.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I'm just filling in. I'm
I
always
know.
saying do it.
Well, and it's just I have to give props to all the organization and the sponsors. We've got the AIDS Task Force of Greater Cleveland. We've got Art Attack Design Studio. We've got DJ Carly Mezek, DJ Fierce Tees. We've got, of course, us, Joust It Out, Pink Flash Productions, Vision Video Productions. I mean, this is a full-on, production.
Yes, it is. And then we're also having what's fabulous about this event is we have 2 fabulous DJs spinning at the same time. So you can hop to either dance floor that you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have a fabulous show in store for you, which I'll be emceeing and heading up. And I know I'm going to get Miss Thing up on that stage.
And our fabulous Tony Simmons.
I'm coming to the show.
And Tony makes only rare appearances. It's got to be something special for Tony to come on out and perform. So we are very thrilled and very excited, very honored to have both of you.
I'm hoping that the schedule works out because I have been sent a little email to Miss Melissa Ross, who may make an appearance on the stage.
That would be wonderful.
So we're hoping this all works out. So give me a prayer.
Haven't seen Melissa in a long time. Did a show for her years ago.
And Melissa is also another person that a legend of Cleveland that I grew up with.
Yeah.
So we've got that fabulous event going. So it's at the Mean Bull, November 30th.
No cover.
No cover. Just if you want to make a donation, please do. It's for the AIDS Task Force. Come on down. We're just going to have all kinds of fabulous things going on.
It's going to be the place to be. I can just imagine this. I can see this turning into an annual event. It's going to be amazing.
I think so.
I heard that you just have to have red on. Is that correct? I want to make that plain, people.
Yes,
Come
it's a red
in
party. You gotta wear red.
Red is encouraged. It is encouraged, but if you don't have anything red, just come on down.
Yeah.
We'll give you a red ribbon anyway.
Right.
Everybody's getting a red
ribbon. So just come if you ain't
ribbon.
got red. Come on.
So I am very excited about it. I'm very excited about our annual Candlelight March. We've got the city of Cleveland and again, these are 2 separate events, but the city of Cleveland is really behind the World AIDS Day event. We've got the casino, our Cleveland's casino, the Horseshoe Casino. Yeah. Their staff is going to be wearing red ribbons on Friday and Saturday of World AIDS weekend. We've got the whole downtown Cleveland
Tower City?
Alliance. Tower City, the terminal tower is going to be lit up in red all day. It's really taken off. We've got the NBA. So the Cavs are going to be wearing red uniforms and, the little NBA symbol with the guy with the basketball.
Okay.
So there's that logo with a red ribbon on it. So you got to check that out. It's awesome. It's just really taking off everywhere. And I think it's really important that, the HIV/AIDS awareness is coming back up in full force, after it's kind of, I feel like HIV and AIDS has kind of been in the background for so long that's where some of the complacency has come from when you talk about with the young people.
Well, the education was cut.
Absolutely. And prevention education.
Prevention and education. And, to me, prevention and education is more important than anything else in the world, because people need, these young folks still need to be educated because they still think that one night ain't gonna hurt me. But this is a point that I always stress, you guys. One night of passion can bring you a lifetime of pain. I say that all
Words
the time.
Words of wisdom from Tony.
And especially, and now the holiday season's coming up, things to be thankful for.
Things to be thankful for, yes. We have a few minutes. I am thankful for my lovely lady friends, Stevie and Tony, being here to help me get through this show.
Thank you for having me.
I am thankful for all of the Ohio voters.
Yes, thank you, Ohio. Thank you.
And of course, I'm thankful to all of my friends and family and wonderful coworkers. I mean, I could go on and on, all the things that I am thankful for. But Stevie, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all my wonderful friends that I have, my family, the opportunity to come out and do things for the community, to work with you. You know, we have so much fun. And I got to really meet a new friend today and really chit-chat and become good sisters. And I'm thankful for my husband, Tom. Love you, Tom. And my family, you know. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Tony.
Well, first of all, I'm giving honor and thanks to God for allowing me to be here another Thanksgiving. Secondly, I'm thankful to my family and my partner. He knows who he is, Bobby. I love you. And also my girlfriend, she's sitting in the green room.
Oh, yeah.
Her name is TT. Give away, TT.
Green room. I wonder if you can get the camera over there,
If
Chris.
you can get the camera, give us a wave, girl.
In the green room. Give her a shout out.
And I'm just grateful to my family, my newfound family of 3 years, the AIDS Task Force of Greater Cleveland. I'm so grateful.
I can tell you, they are thankful for Miss Tony Simmons.
I come in, she runs the joint, honey. This girl runs the joint. I come in, I go, oh, yeah, I'm here to see G. I'm here to see Chris. She said, hold on, girl. I got this.
I got it. Oh, okay, that's me.
Hey, Chris, the magic man behind the magic door who runs the show, Chris, the producer. Hey, what are you thankful for?
Just being here.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris has family coming in from like 3 states, all converging onto his house tonight. He's in a tizzy, and he had to do the show tonight. So thank you, Chris, the producer.
I know when I get home, my internet's going to be screwed with all those kids there. So I'm thankful to be here to have internet right now.
Okay.
And thankful for everybody that listens to MSC Radio Network.
Hey.
Yes, we are thankful for all the fans.
All of our
Thank you, everybody.
family.
And all the shows that are here on MSC Radio Network and all the friends that I met along the years doing this. So I'm thankful for all that. And I'm thankful for being here one more year.
Yes. Wonderful.
Myself,
I love
you know.
Aww.
Well, I think
Yay,
we
it's a
might
big
have
party.
time.
Yes, so we have time. I'm gonna, you know what? We're just gonna show this fun little video, and I think we're gonna sign off. So if we just wanna, I'll get the video started, and we can say goodbye to all of our friends. Stick around for the video, and we'll see you next week. Stevie?
Oh, definitely. I'm in, honey. I'm in like Flynn.
Thank you for having me. Good night, America.
Oh, my God.
It's a dance party. Come on, Tony.
I was petrified, kept thinking I'd be lost or I'd get cracked and fried. But you took me to your nest before it was too late and kept me warm. And you helped me incubate